Good morning, girls. In the last session of Oracle, we had gone through the different operator types, right? Or arithmetic, logical, relational, comparison operator, right? And we had seen some examples also. Now, today we are going to discuss two important terms of PLSQL block. Actually, these both terms are used for a data type of variable in PLSQL, right? Namely, they are type and row type. Let us begin with type. This is again, I repeat, data type of a variable. It provides the data type of variable or a table column. You can use this to declare variables that will hold database values. For example, let us say you have a column named user ID in user table, right? To declare a variable with the same data type as user ID, we can write user ID users.userid percent type. I repeat, here you can see the example of type. Type means it provides the data type of any variable or a table column that you have already declared in your table of any database, right? For example, here I have a one table with name users, right? And this table is having a one column named user ID. Now I don't know which data type is assigned to this column, right? And in my PLSQL block, I want to create a one variable with the same data type which I have assigned to this variable. Okay, so for declaring that variable, no need to open a user table and no need to see the structure of that table, right? Instead of that, I can use a type keyword for getting a data type of a variable or a table column assigned to this field in my user table. So how we can get the data type of this field of user table? So here you can see the example. User ID, this is a name of variable that I want to declare in my PLSQL block. I repeat, I want to declare a variable with name user ID in my PLSQL block, right? I want to assign a data type to this variable as, which is declared for the user ID field declared in users table. Whatever the data type of this variable which is declared in user table, the same data type I want to assign to my newly created variable which I want to use in PLSQL block, right? So we can write like this: user ID users.userid percent type. Whatever the data type of this field of table users will be assigned to newly created variable. Okay, you can change the name of variable as per your desire. In normal way, how we can declare this variable in normal way: user ID, okay, number, and you can specify the length like this. Okay, so here I don't know the data type of this field and I want to assign the same data type, whatever data type is assigned to this variable, right, that I want to apply to this variable. So for that we can use a type keyword like this. Okay, I repeat, PLSQL બ્લોકની અંદર મને યુઝર આઈડી નેમથી એક વેરિયેબલ ડિક્લેર કરવો છે. આ જે વેરિયેબલ છે એની ડેટા ટાઈપ મારે કઈ સેટ કરવી છે? જે ડેટા ટાઈપ મેં યુઝર ટેબલના યુઝર આઈડી કોલમ માટે યુઝ કરી હોય એ સેમ ડેટા ટાઈપ મારે આ વેરિયેબલ માટે અસાઇન કરવું છે, રાઈટ? સો ફોર દેટ નો નીડ ટુ ઓપન ધ સ્ટ્રક્ચર ઓફ યુઝર્સ ટેબલ. એના માટે આપણે યુઝર્સ ટેબલનું સ્ટ્રક્ચર જોવા જવાની જરૂરત નથી. બટ યુઝિંગ ધ ટાઈપ કીવર્ડ, આપણે ટાઈપ કીવર્ડનો યુઝ કરી અને સેમ ડેટા ટાઈપ યુઝર આઈડી માટે આ મેથડથી અસાઇન કરી શકીએ. ઓકે, this is about type keyword. We'll understand in more detail with the help of example. But now, second keyword, row type. A variable of a composite type is called a row variable, a row type variable. Such a variable can hold a whole row of a select or for query result so long as that query's column set matches the declared type of the variable. The individual fields of the row value are accessed using the usual dot notation. For example, row variable dot field. I will explain this in detail with example, right? Let us begin. Assigning SQL query result to PLSQL variable, you can use the select into statement. These both types we can use with select into statement. So first of all we have to study the select into statement first, right? SQL, you can use the select into statement of SQL to assign a values to PLSQL variables. For each item in the select list there must be a corresponding type compatible variable in the into list. Here we can see the example which illustrate the concept. Okay, example number 14. This is our declaration section. Under this heading we usually declare a variable which are required for our PLSQL block. In similar way, here in this PLSQL block I want to declare three variables, namely EID, ename and eSalary, right? But normally what we do, we always write like this. I am doing the correction in the same PLSQL block and then I will remove it. Okay, e underscore name varchar2, right? Varchar2 and the length is 20 like this. Now as I told you, if I want to assign the same data type which I have assigned to ename field of employee table, how we can do it? You can do the same assignment through type keyword. Okay, let me remove this line. This is normal way for declaration, right? EID, employee ID. I want to assign a data type which is already assigned to employee number field of employee table. Whatever the data type of this field, the same data type I want to assign to EID. So for that I will write E underscore ID emp dot employee number percent type. So this with the help of this keyword we can do this, right? This will help us to find the data type of employee number field of employee table and it will be assigned to EID by itself. okay, automatically. Similarly, I want to declare one more variable, ename. Here I want to assign a data type which is already assigned to ename field of employee table, right? So for that I will write e underscore name emp dot ename percent type. Next variable is e underscore salary. Here for that I will write emp dot salary, right? This is our table, as you know that emp table, which is our inbuilt table, and these are the field of employee table. Okay, whatever the data type of salary field will be assigned to e cell. These are local variables of our PLSQL block, and these are the columns defined for emp table. Okay, fine. Next, under the begin section, what we want to do is we want to read a value from keyboard. So wherever you want to read a value from keyboard, for that you can use like this eid. I want to read a value for this variable, right? For that I will write ampersand e underscore id. With the help of ampersand you can read a value. Okay, let me show you the reading of value through one more example. Example number 14. Declare eid is declared as number and the length is 3. Begin section. Okay, under the begin section I will read the value of eid through keyboard equals to ampersand eid. I will write. I'm showing the usage of ampersand, and then dbms underscore output dot put line. Fine, and print the value of eid and semicolon, end of this PLSQL block and slash. Let us run this small program. Open your SQL window. Set server output on. Now do the same program over here. Okay, see, here we got the prompt on screen, enter a value for eid, because we have used ampersand symbol over here. So this prompt you can enter a value through the keyboard, for example 7788. okay, so here the value is 7788. I repeat the code, 7788, and press enter. Okay, numeric or value error, number precision too large. Why it is showing this error? Because here we set the length of this value 3 and we are giving 4 digits. One more time. Okay, PLSQL procedure successfully completed. Okay, this is our example number 14, and now we will use the same thing in our next example. Okay, as I am showing you the usage of percent type, here we took the static data type, whatever we want to assign to this variable, but in this example we want to find the data type of employee number of EMP table, and that we want to assign to EID. Similarly, the data type assigned to ename in EMP table, that I want to assign to ename column, ename variable of our PL/SQL block. Last, the data type of salary, whatever the data type assigned to this field of employee table, that I want to assign to eCell, that we can do with the help of person type. Now under the begin section, what we are doing is we are reading a value from the keyboard with the help of ampersand sign, and we will assign that value to EID. Now here you can see the query in my PL/SQL block. Till now we have just gone through the example in which we just printed the value of variable whatever we have assigned manually, right, not from the table. Here you can see the select query. Till now we have not done any of the example with select query, but this is our first example where we want to use the select query in our PL/SQL block, right? So I wrote select ename and salary. I want to fetch these two variables from our EMP table, right? So I wrote select ename and salary. If you want to use your query in your PL/SQL block, you need a corresponding variables available in your PL/SQL block, right? So we have already declared e_name and e_salary in our PL/SQL block. So the corresponding variables for ename and salary are respectively e_name and e_salary. Whatever the value we will get in this variable, okay, that comes into their corresponding variables from the employee table, okay, where employee number equals to 7900. Here I have given a static value. Instead of that you can use EID. I will show you through the example. Then I want to print whatever result came in these two variables through the dbms output dot put line, okay, ename and eSalary. Here I have given a static value. Instead of that you can replace the static value with EID. Whatever value you are entering through the keyboard, that you can put over here. So let us execute this example, okay. Switch back to your Oracle window. First of all, declare section. Under the declare section I will declare EID, e_id. The data type is emp dot emp number and percent type, okay. You can write in small letters or in capital letters, as this is not a case sensitive language, okay, fine. Next, the second variable is e_name, emp dot, what we will write, ename. These are the fields of employee table, okay. Percent type. The third one is eSalary, emp dot cell, percent type, and semicolon. These are the variables we want. Now begin. Under the begin section I want to read a value, that we will do changes later on, okay. First I want to write a select query. I want to give a static value over here. Later we will replace this static value with this variable, okay. Select ename and salary into, see, query is little bit changed. We are using into instead of from keyword. The name of corresponding variables e underscore name. Now you can understand that why we want the same data type as the data type which is declared for ename, right? And for the salary the same data type is required because these are the corresponding variables. Okay, e underscore salary from emp. My condition is where emp number equals to 7900. The number must exist in your emp table, then only you will be able to see the result. Okay, because till now we have not learned the exception section, so we are unable to handle the error, especially in this PLSQL block, right? When we learn the exception section, then you can enter any value for this employee number, even which is not available in your employee table. Okay, now we want to print whatever value came in this two variables using dbms statement. dbms underscore output dot put line. I want to print ename first, the name of employee which is already available in ename. See, you cannot directly use the variables of table. I mean, you cannot write ename over here, right? That's why we defined two separate variables for our PLSQL block, right? Question comes in our mind that why do not use the same variable of this query, ename and salary? That is not possible. Ons, this is our static string. Okay, ons is our static string. Here we will print the name of employee, then ons is our static string, and then at last we want to print e underscore salary. Bracket is over and semicolon. End of the section is slash for execution. Okay, we need to leave some space over here. You can see the cluttered value, right? So in the next line we are repeating the same code, બસ અહીંયા આપણે થોડી સ્પેસ છોડવાની છે. ons, it looks so cluttered, so that's why I am executing the same PLSQL block one more time, right? Now see the difference. Okay, gems ons 950. Our procedure is successfully completed. We got the proper result. You can tally this result, select by giving this query select ename and salary from employee, where emp no equals to 7900. Okay, see, gems and 950, the same value we fetch through the PLSQL block. Okay, so here it is. Now let us replace this static value with a variable which we have declared here. Okay, So replace your static value with e underscore id that we are going to fetch through the keyboard, right? Remaining code is same. I have not done any changes over here. Now I will add this line in my PLSQL code, right? And then replace this value. In previous example I have given 7900. Instead of that you can write EID. Whatever value we will enter through the keyboard, that will be placed over here, this place where my mouse is moving. Okay, so let us rewrite our program. Declare e underscore id emp dot emp number and percent type ename emp dot ename percent type. Okay, third one is e underscore salary. I have not taken the same name as I have shown you in the previous example for the sake of easiness. Okay, begin. Here we will read the value from keyboard like this: e underscore id is equals to ampersand e underscore id. I want to read the value for this variable, right? So I wrote e underscore id equals to e underscore id. Now next we'll write the select query: name comma salary into e underscore name comma e cell. You can continue on the same line from emp, where emp number equals to e underscore id. Okay, this is our query, semicolon. As we are using our query in PLSQL code, we cannot directly access this variables, this column names of any table in PLSQL block for printing a value of that particular columns, right? We need some corresponding variables to assign over here. Now dbms underscore output dot put line into bracket. I want the same result, e names. Before I print e names, I want to print eid, then concat sign, then we will leave some space through single quotation mark, then name of employee we want to print e name. Okay, concat sign, then we want some space, on space, then pipe sign for concat e salary, and bracket is over and semicolon. End of the section. For execution we'll use the slash, enter a value for eid 7900. Here sorry, no need to give a semicolon, right? and press enter. We got the result. 7900 is an employee ID, name is James, which earns 950. If you remember any other employee code, you can enter that value also. here you can see the list, right? You can enter any one number from this list, 7788 for example. Okay, Scott earns 3000. Let us enter one more time, 7934 7934. Miller, which earns 1300. What will happen if we enter the number which does not exist in EMP table? For example, here I am entering 67, which is not available in EMP, right? We all know. Here we got an error that no data found with this number, right? 67. The employee ID 67 is not available in our EMP table, so we got the message no data found. At line number 7, what we have done, we are trying to fetch the record with employee ID 7. So no data found error will come on your screen. As I told you, we are not aware how to use exception section in our PLSQL block, right? Till that time you will not be able to handle this error. So it is better you see the list of employee available in your EMP table and then only enter the value for EID. Okay. Now the same program is done, but here I have taken one more field, department number. You to try yourself by adding this one more field in your this example, right, which we have done right now. Here I have added one more field, department number, that I want to print with this result. Here I have just printed the name of employee, employee ID, and then salary. Next I want to print the department number also. So what changes you have to do, I am showing you, but you try to do it yourself. E underscore department number, this is a variable. Okay, the data type of this variable is emp dot department number person type. We can find the data type and we can assign the same data type to the variable of PLSQL block. Our begin section start, reading of employee ID, then select ename, salary, comma, department number. Now see, I want to fetch 3 fields from employee table. For that we need 3 corresponding variables in my query. Into ename is salary and e department number, which is recently added in this example. Okay, from employee, and where employee number equals to 79000, as I have shown you that you can replace the static value with the value which you are fetching from keyboard. Okay, like this. See, it doesn't make any difference if I write EID in small whether in capital. Then I want to print the name of employee, then salary of employee, then the department number of employee. Okay, end of this code and slash. Let me show you the result of this code. You try to do it yourself. EID 7900. Here you can see the gems on 950, and after that it is showing the department number. This changes, you have to do it yourself. Okay, if any other field if you want to fetch, then try to do it also. For example, hiring date of employee, you can fetch from the employee table and try to print with the same string. Then manager code you can access from EMP table and again try to print the same code using this dbms output line. Fine. So try to do some changes in the example which I have shown you. This is our example number 15. No need to write it again and again. Fine. Okay, in the next session I will show you the usage of row type, how it is different than the type. Okay, now this is enough for today's session. Keep your journals up to date, as I told you in the previous sessions also. So whenever you want to refer your examples, you can do it with the help of your journals. See you in the next session with row type topic. Thank you.